Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. Hello. Check, check. 1, 2. Check. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. That's too loud. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Check, check, check. Check. Mic check. Mic check. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Mic check. Good Saturday afternoon and welcome in for Game 2 of our home and home series here. Both homes for the number 3 ranked team in the country, the Aurora University Spartans. Welcome in the number 2 team in the country, the Adrian College Bulldogs. Yesterday, Spartans with an impressive 6-4 win, remaining unblemished overall at 5-0 and perfect in the NCHA at 3-0. Bulldogs now 4-1-0 overall, 2-1 in the NCHA, number 2 in the country, and they are number 4 in the NCHA. For the Spartans, as I mentioned, number 3 coming into today's contest and yesterday in the country, and number 2 in the NCHA standings. The do's and don'ts today. The do's: keep the forecheck and back check going for the Spartans, force turnovers, pressure, and control the zones. Don'ts: we saw yesterday, stay out of the penalty box, don't give up any shorties, and no turnovers in the defensive zone. Bulldogs in their black uniforms and the Spartans in their whites with blue pants. And we are underway. Spartans will be going left to right. Yesterday, 3 goals in the first for the Spartans, 3 quick ones for the Bulldogs in 2 minutes and 29 seconds, including 2 shorties and a regular one. Ian Amsbaugh was their go-to guy yesterday. Got to be careful with him. Again, can't turn it over in the defensive zone. We saw that just right there. O'Donnell's going to have to come up big right off the bat, and he does. Spartans just trying to clear the zone. Bannister keeps it pinched in at the point. Now Nienhaus, and O'Donnell will just stop it. 52 seconds into the first, our first stoppage. Goaltenders today: Ryan Piros, the 5'11 sophomore out of Howell, Michigan. And Matt O'Donnell for the Spartans, a 6'3 junior out of Waterbury, Connecticut. Adam Phillips at the helm of the Bulldogs, and Jason Blumingberg at the helm of the Spartans. Spartans, Peters Cup champion, last year, first time ever. 2 home games, made it all the way to the Elite 8. Won their first ever home game. That's a huge hit delivered by Jacob Brockman, the senior from El Segundo, California. Physicality already picking up from yesterday. And one of the things I like already, the Spartans have names on the back of their jerseys, which makes things a little bit easier to see. Here's Amsbaugh. Got to be careful with this guy. 3 points yesterday, 2 shorties. And a regular and an assist, excuse me. Here's the Bulldogs. They'll enter the zone. O'Donnell with another glove stop. On the shot by Carter Reel. He's seen his first action. Freshman from Oakville, Ontario. Some lumber broken off in the far corner. Face off to the left of Matt O'Donnell. Other games going around the NCHA today: Dubuque at Trine, Lawrence at Lake Forest, MSOE at CUW. Here's Code, one of the 3 stars of the week for the NCHA. Troon backs over to the far face-off circle, and that one blocked by the leg of John Hallard. Here comes Code. Spartans, they'll gain the zone and then shoulder it off. Code circles back, pinned up along the long boards on the far corner. And the referee, fell down on his wrist and his arm. He's hurt. O'Donnell had to make that save. Sedlacek. Well, let's hope the official's okay. A big swing and a miss as far as a hit delivered. That's Jaden Davis. The official now with the wrist, elbow, and shoulder. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Looks like he's going to be okay. They're going to check on him at center ice. Brown and Anderson, the officials. Riffley, one of the linesmen. Can't get the other name as of right now. Summers. Bradley Summers will take the draw against Chase Schmidt. Not sure what the holdup is here. Riffley and Gazzardi, the linesmen. Troon. Troon in the box. And the first power play goes to the Bulldogs. There's Clark. He's going to push out to the far point. Back over to Amsbaugh. He'll let that one rip, and that hit a stick and deflected up into the netting. 16:57 left to go here in the first. Bulldogs on the first power play of the evening, or this afternoon. Thank you for tuning in here to athletics.aurora.edu. I'm Bill Downing. Always fun when Adrian and the Spartans get together. Spartans looking to turn the tables on the Bulldogs. Here's Tefelsky, gains his own on the near points. Drops it off to Summers. Summers circles in, looking for a redirect out front. Doesn't get it. Here's Swade. Swade moves to the slot, gives it up to Clark. Clark back over to the far faceoff circle. That one floats just wide of the near post. Tefelsky moves into the slot area, gives it up. One-timer from the far faceoff circle. Now back out to the point. Bulldogs, good possession here on the power play. 58 seconds left. Looking for a redirect down low off the stick of Swade. That didn't happen, and the Spartans send it down ice and get a quick line change. Both teams getting their second units out. Nice steal that time, Sedlacek. Tough angled shot, and that one hit the net and then deflected into the big net behind the cage. And the NCHA just loaded. I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again, loaded with talent and great players. This is where the best hockey, as far as I'm concerned, in the country takes place. I know a lot of credit goes to the East Coast teams, which are very, very good. Hobart, the number one team in the country, obviously. Great team. Spartans send it down range. Great hockey. Coast to coast, but NCHA right now, and another penalty. Delayed penalty, and it's be a trip on the Spartans. Extra attacker out, so now it's a 6-on-4. Here come the Bulldogs in, just missed. Jacob swings it over to the far board. Sedlacek trying to get the touch up, can't do it. Jacob, high slot. There's a wrister looking for a redirect, didn't get it, and the Spartans will touch up. And they will go back on the penalty kill. Trip this time going to Jackson Kirk, junior out of Alma, Ontario, played with the Hawkesbury Hawks in the AJHL. Back-to-back power plays for the Bulldogs. They've got 4 shots on goal and 11 total shots. One of the don'ts, you got to stay out of the penalty box. We talked about it in our brief pregame. And then the Spartans, they'll send that one down range. Amsbaugh couldn't collect that one. Piros does. He'll send it over to the far boards, far corner. Now the Bulldogs push out through neutral ice. Here's Swade. Nice toe drag to Amsbaugh. Amsbaugh puts us back to the boards. Now the Bulldogs will set up. Here's the slot. Clark. He'll circle back toward the blue line. Now Amsbaugh. He'll move it over to the far faceoff circle looking for a one-timer. That one couldn't happen off the stick of Summers. Here's Clark. He's going to move in now in the medium slot area. O'Donnell has to stick that one out of the way. And there's a penalty, and the Spartans. It'll be a 4-on-4 for 56 seconds, and then the Spartans will go on their first power play. That might be a cross check. Let's see what that call was. It was a shot to the back. Let's see. Summers will go to the penalty box. 4-on-4 for the next 56. Then the Spartans will start their power play, and they'll get a minute 4 on the power play. So Kirk for the Spartans in the penalty box with 54 seconds left. Cross-checking penalty on Summers. And you'll see a 4-on-4 for the next 41 seconds. Spartans trying to get the upper hand here, and that one's almost made it into the Spartan bench area. Here's Schmuck. Tries to pass it to himself off the boards. He is so fast out of Huntsville, Alabama. Here's the Bulldogs back and forth. Another 16 seconds, and the Spartans will start their abbreviated power play for a minute 4. Here's Bannister for the Bulldogs. Centers that one to Troon. Troon misses it. Spartans will send it back. The Spartans are now on the power play for the next minute 4. Kirk back out of the box. First power play for the Spartans here today. 12:52 left here in the first, no score. Santa Lucia. Here's Broda. He'll move in, slot area. Kirk looking for a redirect. And the Bulldogs move it out to center ice. And then they'll just send it down range, and O'Donnell will glove it. Drop it for Santa Lucia. Giuliano Santa Lucia, the captain. Jake Code, Chase Schmidt, the assistant captains for the Spartans. Jacob Swade, the captain for the Bulldogs. David Clark and Ben Loretto, the assistant captains for Adrian. Here's Santa Lucia. He'll gain the zone through the slot. Moves it over to the near point. He's going to try to move in, almost loses his balance. Santa Lucia. Each team back to full strength. Santa Lucia at the point. Summers out of the box. Spartans trying to gather it back up. That's Davis. Now Jackson Hay out of Kingston, Ontario. Nice stop by O'Donnell on the shot by Nat Bannister. Make that Tefelsky, excuse me. Frank Tefelsky, the freshman out of Troy, Michigan, played with the El Paso Rhinos of the NAHL. 11:32 left. Each team 0 for on the power play, 0 for 2 for the Bulldogs, 0 for 1 for the Spartans. Real will take the face-off. That one won by Brockman. Here's Ackle. He'll turn that one over. Something he normally does. That one right through the blue ice. Here's Loretto at the near point. Point-to-point passing. Look for a redirect down low. Hassan Ackle, who led everybody in points in the country last year. Last year. What a phenomenal season he had. Here's the Bulldogs. Quick 2-on-2 developing. O'Donnell blocks that one, and that one goes straight up and may have hit the netting. A face-off will be to the right of Matt O'Donnell, the junior, out of Waterbury, Connecticut, played with the New Jersey Rockets of the USPHL. 2 versus 3 this weekend, 3 versus 4 next weekend. It just doesn't get any better here in the NCHA and athletics.aurora.edu. Face-off won by the Bulldogs, but comes out of the zone. Loretto Gets it out to neutral ice. Bulldogs will dump this one back in. Blake Condor, the junior out of Vauxhall, Alberta. Now the Bulldogs with it. They're going to move it in the slot. O'Donnell didn't see that one. And a second shot. O'Donnell's got to be careful. Ooh, that one just missed the far post. Spartans lucky, and they'll just dump this out to neutral ice. Connor Ronayne, the junior, who had a goal yesterday out of Plymouth, Michigan, closest to it, played with Stonehill College. 10:26 left here in the first, no score. Number 2 versus number 3. Game number 2 of this series. Yesterday, the Spartans won 6-4. The Spartans looked like they were on cruise control with 3 in the first, and then, boy, the Bulldogs. And you know that the Bulldogs are a very, very good team. They have been historically. They are constant in the top 10, top 20 in the country. They came back with 3 goals in 2 minutes and 29 seconds at the first couple minutes of the second period. This one deflected up into the netting. Then back and forth they went in the third, and then empty netter, 2 of them, and that was your final. I mean, just such a fine line between these two teams. Any little bit of mistakes are very, very costly, and they will take advantage. Here's Schmidt. He'll dump that one in high off the glass behind the cage. Bannister will get it for the Bulldogs. Trapped over in the far corner to my right. Good vantage point here at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. Here's Amsbaugh. He tries to gain the zone. Good poke check, that time by Diaz. Kirk was on his way off the ice. Otherwise, that could have been a breakaway. Here's Davis. Right through neutral ice. Nice move. Couple nice moves. Davis gains the zone. Ryder, many gray horses out there. He had a goal yesterday. But Ryder played some hard-nosed hockey yesterday. It was so fun to watch him play. There's a big hit. Delivered by Jaden Davis right in front of the Spartan bench. Shots 19-1. There's a scrum right in front of the Spartan bench. And you can see the physicality already picking up. 19-1 in shots. 7-0 shots on goal. Bulldogs. Spartans looking for their first. And we're going to have a penalty. It looks like it's going to be another trip. That's going to be a hold. And the Spartans will go on their second power play. Julian Jacob, the sophomore out of Bowmanville, Ontario, will go to the box for the Bulldogs. Second power play right now on tap for the AU Spartans. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're tuning in today. We appreciate it. Here's Schmuck. Santa Lucia. Ackel, he's going to move in, swing and a miss. Puck trapped in the far corner. Bulldogs trying to get it out. Here's Schmuck in the slot. Drops it off Ackel. Down low. Ooh, that one right over the glove of Peros. Now the Bulldogs shorthanded. Saney drops it off. He'll go off for a quick change. Here's Hassan Ackel. He'll drop it in. Peros comes out with it. Santa Lucia keeps it pinned at the point. Spartans keep it in. Santa Lucia. Slot, drops it over. He'll just switch that one up with Ackel. Here's Schmuck. Boy, those two last year, talk about a deadly combination. Here's Ackel, drops it off. Santa Lucia, the captain. Near board. Here's Brockman in the slot. He's going to move over to the far face-off. Here's Santa Lucia, wide open. Oh, looking for a redirect from Brockman, and the Bulldogs clear the zone. 53 left on the power play, 7:19 left here in period number 1, no score. The Northern Collegiate Hockey Association. Here's Schmidt, Nice pirouette in the near corner. Spartans trying to chase it down. 32 on the power play, and the Bulldogs will send that down the length of the ice. O'Donnell, he'll pin it behind the cage. Leave that one for Simon Diaz, the sophomore out of Calgary, Alberta. Here comes Jake Code. Code gains his own on the near point. Bulldogs trying to get that one out. That hits the netting, and the face-off will be to the right of Ryan Piros. 6:39 left here in the first. I'd like to give a big shout out to my boss, Brian Kipley, my broadcast partner. The number one here at Aurora University, Sean Fry. Spartans can't keep it in the zone. 5 seconds left. They're going to go 0 for 2 on the day so far on the power play. Davis drops it off. Here's Hallard. Oh, he had a wide open top shelf as Piros was down on the far post. Rider, many gray horses, a freshman out of Strathmore, Alberta, played with the Aberdeen Wings of the NAHL. Remember that name. There he is right there. This kid is going to do something special, and he's only a freshman. There's Saney. Put that one right into the breadbasket. O'Donnell with another stop. 21 shots now for the Bulldogs, only 3 for the Spartans. 7, make it 8 shots on goal for Adrian, and only 1 for the Spartans so far. 5:50 left here in the first. No score. Swade and Brockman on the faceoff. 8-6 Bulldogs, now 9-6. That one deflected. Where'd that go? High off the boards. Schmuck will just drop this one to neutral ice. Ackle gets back in time to wave off the icing. Looks like a little game of kickball. Here's Schmuck. Oh, he was unselfish play looking for Ackle. Just to the left of Piros. That would have been a quick one-timer for Hassan Ackle. Brockman, that puck pinned along the boards. Schmidt tracks that one down. Brockman's brother, Sebastian, playing on the team. Jacob and Sebastian. Here's Hay. Know his family's checking in. Kingston, Ontario area. Here's Diaz. Looked like he was going to wind up. He's going to drag that one. Nobody home as the puck heads out to neutral ice. That one sent back in by Sebastian Brockman, the freshman from El Segundo, California. We were just talking about the Brockman brothers. Sedlacek. Again, we talked about the forecheck and back check. It's going to be very important for the Spartans here today, and you can see that. They keep that puck in their zone. Now the Bulldogs look to break out, not able to do so as an errant pass in the neutral area. Slides right on through, trying to find Kirk. Kirk had his stick held, no call. Now Sebastian Brockman, he's going to drop that one all the way down, and it's going to be icing. Ryan Piros, watch that one. Summers wins the draw. Here's Loretto. Bulldogs, there's a swing and a miss. Diaz will get that one out to neutral ice. Bulldogs have to reset and touch up. Not able to do so. Good check there by Sedlacek. Clark now behind Piros, trying to get that puck out of their zone. Now Summers, he'll gain the zone, he'll drop that one off. Clark gives it back to Summers, a little give and go, and this one high, deflected up into the netting. 3:03 left here in the first, no score. Boy, the Bulldogs came to play today, 21 shots to 4, 8 shots on goal to 1. Each team 0 for 2 on the power play. Penalty minutes even at 4 apiece. I mean, we are like on a needle point right here. This is top competition, and one mistake could be all that it takes today. These teams know it too. That's what makes this contest so good. I mean, historically, the Bulldogs, that one's going to be an icing, have owned this series. 24 wins, 4 losses. But the winds have changed here for Spartan land. The recruiting classes all ranked in the top 5 in the country, have brought in some really, really good talent. Then going to the Elite 8 didn't hurt last year too. It helped the recruiting class, and this program just keeps getting better and better and better. Ackle trying to keep this one pinned. Here is the Spartans. That one just north of the blue paint. Good chip in. That one will sneak out. Schmuck will send that one in and go off for a change. 2:10 left here in the first. Bunch of active sticks today. Hey, he'll drop that one back in. Now the Bulldogs. Meanhouse loses control at the near point. Here's Hay. Always fun to talk to Jackson whenever he's not playing hockey, usually over at the Thornton Gymnasium. Always a good conversation, I can tell you that. And these kids, I tell you, they work hard, and the smiles on their face, you can definitely tell. This is something special. Another penalty. And this one will be on the Bulldogs, and the Spartans will go on their third power play. And this one looks like a slash. Who's going to go off? Is it number 12? We'll see. Jacob Swade, maybe? He was in the box yesterday a couple times. And now welcome to the jungle as the Spartan student area just to the right of the opposing team's penalty box. It's like being scolded in school. Those 2 minutes. You're hoping for a power play goal from the opposing team. That's how crazy it is down low. Spartans on their third power play. Each team 0 for 2. Spartans looking to get the lead here. The minute 15 on the clock, 1:40 on the power play. So if they don't score, it will carry over to the second. Here's Santa Lucia. Oh, just misses the stick. Spartans have to set up again. There's Schmuck. Spartans trying to dump this one in. Ackle. Here's Schmuck. That one didn't get through. Big collision. Now a 2-on-1. Now back to even. Trying to find Summers. That one didn't work. Troon circles back. Takes some time off that clock. Santa Lucia, nice poke check. 37 seconds left here in the first. Santa Lucia gains the zone. Drops it off to Code. Code. He'll backhand that. Little paddle to the near corner. Spartans trying to collect it, trying to get it out to the point. Not able to do so. Here's Troon. On the shorty. Here's Code. They'll drop that one off. Nice saucer pass to Schmidt. That one's still loose. 2 seconds, and that will do it for the first. Spartans will have 26 seconds left on the power play. When we come back, we're at intermission number 1. No score. Bulldogs 23 shots to 4. Shots on goal 8-1 in favor of Adrian. Faceoffs won 10-9 in favor of the Bulldogs. The Spartans sacrificing their bodies a lot more than the Bulldogs here in the first. 10 blocks to 2. No score in this battle of number 2 versus number 3. We'll take a break. We come back. Second period action coming up next here at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. I'm Bill Downing on athletics.aurora.edu. No score. We're at intermission. Second period action is underway. 25 seconds left on the power play for the Spartans. Here to start the second. A clean sheet of ice. Spartans now going right to left. Kirk with it. Right at the center line, trying to drop that one in, trying to find Sedlacek. Spartans will hold it in. They got 5 seconds left on the power play. Here's Santa Lucia. Back to the point. There's a shot. And it'll be another penalty. This will be another cross check. And the Spartans will go back on the power play. Trying to clear a body out front. It's going to cost the Bulldogs another 2. Let's see who's coming to the penalty box. Right now, nobody. They're waiting. Aiden Peters, the freshman from Calgary, Alberta. Drumheller Dragons of the AJHL. Being 2 minutes for a cross check. Spartans back on the power play. This is going to be their 4th. Or their 3rd power play, excuse me. Which has not been very productive here today. Spartans kind of slow out of the gate after that 6-4 win last night. Everybody holding fast. Very thin line between this 0-0 score. O'Donnell with a nice stop. Santa Lucia. Giuliano Santa Lucia. A senior from Burnaby, British Columbia, the team captain. Schmuck, that Brockman. Brockman tripped up, no call. Schmuck with it. Ackle tries to force that one up front. Rider many gray horses that time, and that one slips under the stick of Schmuck and goes down the length of the ice. Santa Lucia going to have to track it down. Summers. Well, the Bulldogs have done great as far as the back check and forecheck. Here's Code. Code swings in. High shot off Piros. Kirk with it. Now Jake Code. This one kind of sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Broda, they're trying to get it to Code. Crashing the seam right down the middle. Ryan Piros last year played with Utica, went to the national championship game. Lost in overtime. Here for Adrian, here's Broda. 9 seconds left on the power play. Broda gets it back. There's a high shot. Piros deflects that one with the blocker. Nice pass. Saney. Spartans, there's Troon. Good solid D that time by Rock Truman, the senior from Lethbridge, Alberta. Good chase that time by Simon Diaz. He was knocked down. Spartans still gain the zone along the far boards. This one between the skates. This one back out front. Piros. Down on his backside, made a great stop. Boy, Jackson Hay had a one-timer, but the stick of the Bulldogs able to disrupt that shot. That's a long pass. Nienhaus, and that's going to be icing. Ryder Nienhaus, the freshman from Sarnia, Ontario. If I remember right, that's right over the border near Port Huron, if I remember right, in the thumb region of Michigan on the Canadian side. And the Spartans will go down a man. Brockman, Jacob Brockman, the senior from El Segundo, California. Third power play for the Bulldogs. They are 0 for 2 at this point. 2 minutes for interference, for Brockman. Here's Clark at the point for Adrian. I'll swing it over to Summers. Summers tries him with Tefelsky. That one got behind O'Donnell. Still looking for it. Is it a goal? They're going to say it is. Power play goal by the Bulldogs. Oh, they're going to wave it off. After a second look, they're going to wave it off. They're going to say O'Donnell sat on it, did not go across the goal line. Oh, and I can tell you right now, head coach Adam Phillips is beside himself. You can see him. He is not happy. He said, you called it a goal, and then you wave it off. He is hot. And I think they need to look at the clock, too, because the power play no goal. Waved off. And the Spartans, second chance on this one. Wow. And that was a close one. And we're going to get a penalty, and I believe it's going to be a slash, and it's going to be on the Spartans. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the next 60 seconds. And the Spartans, some of the do's and don'ts we talked about, stay out of the penalty box. And the Spartans don't need to help the Bulldogs out here. Very powerful power play that Adrian has. And now they're going to be up 2 men on a 5-on-3. Spartans have got to play smart here. And O'Donnell's going to have to play some of his best goalie of the weekend. And we know he's up to it, too. Summers facing off for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have won 12 face-offs. Spartans have won 11. Summers talking to Clark. If he can get that puck back, I have a feeling you're going to see Summers crash in the net. Summers, one of the best in the country when it comes to face-offs. Five on three. Here's Clark. Bulldogs with 2-man advantage for the next 49 seconds. Here's Amsbaugh. Lethal. He'll move in. Drop this one down low, looking for a redirect. That one trying to find Tefelsky. And another penalty on the Spartans. Summers moves in. Amsbaugh has O'Donnell down, trying to get this one back out front, and the Spartans will touch up. So this will be a very, very long 5-on-3. And it looks like John Hallard, the senior from Port Monmouth, New Jersey. And the Spartan penalty box getting crowded. We cannot continue to take penalties like that. So now being even more extended. Five on three for Adrian. Jason Blumingberg wanted an explanation of what's going on the ice. His men are going to be down 5 on 3. John Hallard, guilty of a high sticking. And the number one power play team on the ice for the Bulldogs. Summers to Clark. Amsbaugh drops it down low. Summers at the near dot. Will move to the lower slot. Big hit and a bigger save by O'Donnell. Remains 5 on 3 for the next 53 seconds. They'll move in. Summers a one-timer. O'Donnell sticks that one away. Spartans 2 of their 3 will get some fresh legs. Here's Amsbaugh. Drops it back off to the point. That looked like Clark wanted that one. Here's Swade. Amsbaugh will move it out to the point, now to the high slot. Drops it down low. Summers loses it, gets it back in the slot. They'll move over to the far dot. Here's Amsbaugh with a one-timer. That one wide of the far post. Clark with it. 18 left on the 5 on 3. Good poke check that time by Ryder Many Gray Horses. Tefelsky, he loses the handle. Advantage Spartans. Now back to a 5 on 4. That one hits the side of the net. 56 seconds on the 5 on 4. Now the Spartans are going to be tired after this one. Well, they've avoided a couple 5 on 3s. Here's Amsbaugh. Circles back to the far face-off circle. Drops this one out front. O'Donnell. Nice stop. Look behind him. Wasn't sure, but gets the stop with 39 seconds left. Of the power play. 13:09 left here in the second. Still no score. Adrian 28-10 in shots, 10-3 shots on goal. Fifth power play for the Bulldogs. They're 0 for 4 at this point. Spartans 0 for 4. But the ice kind of falling apart on a very warm fall day. If you're listening from Michigan, you know what November 15th means. There's that ice gremlin again. Spartans trying to get this one out. Jacob holds it in at the point. Sancho Lucia clears it. Opening day of deer season up in Michigan. Annual pilgrimage out into the woods. That one didn't make it through, but this one will squeak out. 12 seconds left on the power play. And I tell you, they should give the Spartans a standing O for the 5 on 3. O'Donnell, how about that? Big stop with 5 seconds left. These guys have been fighting for their lives on the ice for the last 3 to 4 minutes on a couple 5 on 3s and now a 5 on 4. And hopefully everybody's staying safe out in the woods. Patrick Saney, freshman out of Toronto, Ontario. Good friend Kirk Sherwood out of Toronto. And they are back to full strength finally. 12:22 left here in the second. No score. There's a blocker save, and that one kicked off into the netting. Face-off will be to the right of Mr. Matt O'Donnell. Women's hockey today, Dubuque defeats Trine 3-1. Adrian 7-1 over Aurora. St. Norbert at home against Marion. MSOE welcomes in CUW, and Lawrence welcomes in Lake Forest. O'Donnell with yet another stop. For the men today, Trine welcomes in Dubuque. Lake Forest welcomes in Lawrence. CUW welcomes in MSOE. Standings, St. Norbert 4-0, even though it's 3-0. Aurora also 3-0. Trine 3-0. Adrian dropping that one yesterday, drops them to 2-1 on the early part of the season. Next weekend, St. Norbert, the Green Knights will be here. O'Hannison, Nick O'Hannison. And we've got a whistle. High sticking is the call. Oh, the Spartans going back in the box again. Chase Schmidt. 6 power play for the Bulldogs. My son-in-law played football at Adrian, had a chance to go down. It's a beautiful campus. There's Clark. Hansball's going to move it into the far face-off circle. O'Donnell gets a nice stop. Swade got a swipe in at O'Donnell. .11:33 left here in the second. Kirk trying to get this one out. Clark keeps it in the slot, moves to the near point. Clark settles it down, switches with Summers. Now Summers at the near point. He'll move in toward the near faceoff. Drops it down toward the goal line. Good defense by the Spartans, and they'll clear the ice. Talking about giving up the body right there, and that was Santa Lucia laid out and took a shot right into the ribs. But that's what you do on the block. You sacrifice the body. And that's what captains do. That's why they wear the C. This one's sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Can the Spartans get to it? They do. A quick 2-on-1. Here's Code. Code in on Shorty. Drops it out front. Oh, Piros, what a save. Code circles back. Spartans on the Shorty. Drops this one out front. Davis. Boy, what an opportunity for the Spartans. Schultz will drop this one back in. Bulldogs ineffective at this point on their 6th power play. If they don't connect, the teams combined will be 0 for 10 so far today. Meanhouse, that time shouldered off the puck and sent down the length of the ice. 10 minutes, halfway through the second, no score. Troon can't handle it, and the Spartans send it down. Good chase that time by Truman. Back to full strength are the Spartans. By neutral ice right now. It's like a battlefield, just trying to get through it. Bulldogs, Saney just drops that one in, and chasing it right now is Andrew Schultz, a sophomore from Dexter, Michigan. Try my best to get everybody's hometown in there. Families watching from and home and abroad and around the world, we thank you for watching here on athletics.aurora.edu, welcoming us into your homes, wherever you're watching. We thank you. There's Truman. Big shout out to our military. Veterans Day just passing. Thank you for your service. First responders. Everybody. Oh, there's a turned over, and Landry Schmuck had a wide open net. Peros knows that was lucky. Here's Brockman. Brockman in. Nice toe drag. Trying to find Hassan Eckel. There's Sebastian Brockman. Now his brother, Jacob. Boy, the neutral zone right now for both teams is a danger area. Here's Condor. Condor looking for a redirect. Almost had it. That was Eckel. Eckel still behind. Drops that one. Goes through the blue ice. Now we'll clear the zone. Condor has to come back to get it. 39-11 in shots. 14-4 shots on goal. Broda here in the corner. Good pinch in. Oh, that one gets underneath Santa Lucia. Lovasek, haven't heard much from him today. Here's Code, gains the zone. Trapped over in the far corner. 3-on-1 Bulldogs. Lovasek can't hold it in. Here's Kirk. Kirk at the point. I'm sorry, the slot. Oh, a high glove save that time by Peros. But good action both ways here today. 6:53 left. Coming up, second intermission, then the third period. This one's setting up to be, as I said yesterday, from J.R. Ross from WWE. It's setting up to be a slobber knocker, and business is about to pick up between these two teams. Rivals for sure. Trafalski. Bulldogs trying to keep it behind the cage. Amspaw with it. Tries to center that one into the ice, the blue ice, and O'Donnell will get a stop. It's 6:28. St. Norbert coming in next weekend. I mean, you talk about science. They always talked about the litmus test. This is exactly what it is. Early season. Spartans will see the Bulldogs again on a home and home later on in the season. O'Donnell with another nice stop. They won't see St. Norbert until the NCHA tournament, maybe. We don't know. Still early. The three teams, Adrian, number 2, Spartans 3, St. Norbert 4. Trine is mixed in there somewhere in the top 10, maybe just outside the top 10. So the NCHA, as I said, loaded and finally getting the respect it deserves. Jacob. Truman with a nice follow through on his check. 6:10 left here in the second. No score. Spartans move it through neutral ice. Truman, Condor. Condor was trying to find Hallard, who was crashing in along the near boards. Here's Tefelski. Tefelski possibly looking for a wraparound. He was trying to find Amsbaugh, crashing right down the slot area. That one didn't work. Now Amsbaugh back on the counter. Nice defense there by Condor. Blake Condor, the junior from Vauxhall, Alberta, kept Amsbaugh away from the puck. 5:39 left here in the second. No score. I'd like to give a big shout out on X. D3 Hockey, always on top of their JOB. Here's Clark. Looking for a redirect. Didn't get that one. Just north of the blue ice. And O'Donnell finds that one. Oh, the evolution of goalie gear. Back in the days, they had no masks. Leg pads were very thin, blocker very small, glove not as big. Patrick Waugh kind of changing that. Martin Brodeur with the wider leg pads. You know, they tried as much as they could to even it out as far as the goalie attire. But still, there's areas where you can score at, and that's what people do. They find that. The best players, you know, the Connor Bedard, the Sidney Crosbys, Alex Ovechkins, they find that area that's not protected. You know, Bobby Hall back in the days, Clark, some of the very best. Almost to the point where it didn't matter what size pads you had and stuff. They were going to find a way to score. Here's the Bulldogs, and there's a whistle, a late whistle, and I believe it's going to be offsides. 4:39 left, and I don't want to forget the great one, Wayne Gretzky, who, if you watch NHL on TV, he's got some really good analysis. You know, it's still hard to believe that Edmonton let him go. Went to the Kings. You would have thought that he would have ended his career in Edmonton, but they broke up. Stanley Cup champions, Paul Coffey, Gretzky and them all going their separate ways. Here's Code. Gets it out, Broda now center ice. Broda gets it back, looking for a show. Oh, that one's going to be, there's going to be a whistle. Oh, looks like a hold. Who's it going to be on? Oh, it might be on the Spartans again. It is. They're going to put Broda in the box. Unbelievable. Bulldogs going on their 7th power play. 0 for 6 at this point. Amsbaugh. Bulldogs moving in. Tefelski on the near point. He'll hold this one in. Nice pirouette. Finds Summers, and O'Donnell with a nice stop on the one-timer in the slot by Summers. Bradley Summers, the junior from Oakville, Ontario, St. Michael Buzzers of the OJHL. It almost sounds redundant. As much as we talk about him, he always finds his way to the puck. That's what good players do. Here's Amsbaugh, another one that, if they kept track, that one going near post, that one just misses. like a court recorder. You would have saw his name on there about 1,000,000 times. He finds his way around. That one hits a skate on the way through. Still loose. Another shot. That's no good by Tefelsky. That hits a body. Another block. Number 16 for the Spartans. There's a one-timer. O'Donnell with another stop on Amsbaugh. Boy, Amsbaugh is just got another whistle. This one's going to come outside the zone. I believe it's going to be a hand pass. Amsbaugh just locked in like a sight on the rifle. He is just locked in on that net. Face off outside the zone. Sedlacek. Saney. This one won by the Spartans. Sedlacek trying to get to it. He's held up a little bit by Lovasek. Sedlacek back out to the point. Oh, that one didn't miss by much. That was a really good shot there by Kirk. Spartans holding in at the zone, and they're going to kick it back out into their zone and chew up some more time on this power play. And that one high off the glass. Sedlacek, and then he'll just dump it in the zone. Saney. He'll circle back. Now Troon. He'll drop that into the far corner, high off the glass. Spartans trying to clear the zone. O'Donnell, that one blockered up. Here's Hay. Let's see if he can send this one back to Kingston, Ontario. He does. Eight seconds left on the power play. And the Spartans will survive yet again. The 7th power play for the Bulldogs. Now 0 for 7. Rhoda back out of the box. Davis pinches it in. Oh, right through the blue ice was Rock Truman. And that all started with Ryder Many Gray Horses. He had it along the near boards here. Slipped that one to Truman. And Truman didn't miss by much. 1:57 left here in the second. Still no score. Totally different story than yesterday, where 10 goals were scored, 6 by the Spartans. Summers, quick shoulder at the point. Tefelsky can't hold it in. Here come the Spartans. Ryder Many Gray Horses tries to drop this one down low. He finds Davis. Davis circles back out to the point. Spartans trying to pinch it in along the far boards. Davis held up. Amsbaugh comes out with it. 3-on-2 developing for the Bulldogs. Amsbaugh in the middle. Tefelsky. That one deflected high and up into the netting. Clock stopped at 1:25. 48-16 in shots in favor of the Bulldogs. Heavy. I mean heavy. Shots on goal 19-7 in favor of the Bulldogs. Each team 0 for on the power play. 0 for 7 for Adrian. 0 for 4 for Aurora. Swade in for the face-offs. Face-offs 25-15 won by the Bulldogs, and they'll win another one. But just a quagmire of bodies. Quick move there by Sedlacek. Sedlacek off the side of the net. Sedlacek out of Staten Island, New York. Bulldogs circle back. 64 seconds left here in the second. No score. Troon. That would have been offside, so they would have touched it. Spartans will get to it. Spartans, they'll get it through neutral ice. Here comes Kirk. Adrian, good pinch in. Hallard now with it for AU. He'll dump it along the far boards. Bowman gets to it. No icing. Quick outlet pass to Swade. Swade gets it in, drops it all the way over to the far point. O'Donnell says, I'll take that, for a stoppage at 29 seconds. No score between these two Titans. 29 seconds left until the second intermission. Spartans look to get it out of the zone. They do. Bulldogs quickly in. Clark. That one sticked aside by O'Donnell. 7 seconds left. And that will be your score at the end of 2. 0-0, and some pleasantries exchanged in the far corner. 49-18 shots. Favor of the Bulldogs. 19-7. Adrian shots on goal. We come back. Third period action live from the Fox Valley Ice Arena. I'm Bill Downing here in athletics.aurora.edu. Welcome back to the Fox Valley Ice Arena. I'm Bill Downing here in athletics.aurora.edu. You take a look at the stats, you would think the score is 10-0. Adrian heavy on the shots, 50-18, 20-7 with shots on goal. We have no score, and it's come down to the penalty-killing team of the Spartans, stopping a couple 5-on-3s. And they've been on the penalty kill 7 times today. Only 4 power plays for the Spartans. Spartans now going left to right. No score between number 2 and number 3. Spartans won the first matchup last night 6-4. Lovasek gets labeled. Here's Kirk looking for a trailer. There's a backhand. Piros with the stop. A big hit delivered by Jackson Hay. Better look out when you hear that horn. The Hay train coming through. The junior from Kingston, Ontario, played with the Odessa Jackalopes of the NAHL. Spartans win the draw. Hay can't get to it. Smart play, because if he would have came up, Ansbach could have gone right around. Now Hay again, and that's going to be a penalty. And it looks like a boarding call going to go against the Spartans. Frank Tefelski hit hard in the corner. Hassan Ackel to the box. 8th power play for the Bulldogs. This one will be a boarding call to Ackel. Clark in the slot, drops off to Summers. That one popped up, almost hits the netting for a stoppage. Spartans cleared down the length of the ice. The Spartans with only 4 power plays, 8. Here's Code. Oh, just blocker side stop by Piros on a turnover by the Bulldogs in their zone, and Code almost made him pay. Here's Tefelski, gonna drop in. Far face-off circles, tries to go short side on O'Donnell. That one covered up. Here's Amsbaugh. He'll move down in the slot. Sancho Lucia didn't let that one through. Here's Clark back in the slot where he's most comfortable. Now Summers, he'll move into the mid slot. That one hit a leg on the way through. Spartans able to clear the zone. Great play there by Chase Schmidt. .49 seconds left. Sedlacek. And that's going to be offsides on the Bulldogs. And it all started with Sedlacek. Active stick. And the Bulldogs committing the offside, so the face-off will come outside the zone. Saney, Sedlacek. Saney wins the draw. Oh, the Bulldogs really, really good on face-offs. 31-16 as far as face-offs won in favor of the Bulldogs. Here's Jacob. Now in the high slot, he'll maneuver. Saney near face-off circle, and that one's sent to the rafters. Saney, Sedlacek, face-off. 17:30 left. 16 on the boarding penalty. And the Spartans will send it down the length of the ice. Piros tries to keep it active, and he does. Nienhaus back out to the point. Jacob with it. He'll try to maneuver down low. Nobody home. Spartans back to full strength. And we got another whistle. It's a hand pass, and this will come out of the zone. Another face-off won by the Bulldogs. They are good. Spartans get it out of the zone. Right at center ice. Davis will track it down. Ryder, many gray horses, able to clear that one down, but unfortunately he's going to go for an icing. 16:27 left here in the third, no score. Lots of penalties for the Spartans today. 8 power plays for the Bulldogs, 4 for the Spartans. 55-19 in shots, 20-8 shots on goal in favor of Adrian. O'Donnell, 20 big saves, and every one of them has been big. There's a shot. Gives up a little bit of a rebound. There's Bowman from the point. O'Donnell with another stop. Ryan Vellucci, the sophomore from Northville, Michigan, on the draw. Spartans, this will be another icing, and this will come back. 16:02 left. Now the Spartans will be back home next Friday and Saturday, live here on athletics.aurora.edu, live from the Fox Valley Ice Arena. Green Knights of St. Norbert, the number 4 ranked team in the country, will take on your Aurora University Spartans. Another top 5 battle here, the NCHA, next weekend. Don't want to miss that one. Then we move into the holiday week of Thanksgiving. Santa Lucia back out to the point. Another shot, O'Donnell, clear vision, able to stop that one. Swade and Brockman. Swade wins that draw for Adrian. That one goes up into the netting. Another stoppage, 15-28. This one poked out. Spartans trying to get to it. Schmuck, and there's going to be a penalty. That or an icing. Haven't seen the signal yet. And the Spartans will go on a power play. It'll be their 5th. First one in a long, long time, and Julian Jacob will go to the box, the sophomore out of Bowmanville, Ontario. 15-19 left. Fifth power play for the Spartans. Both teams 0 for today. 0 for 12 combined for the two teams. Big opportunity here for the Spartans. They win the draw. Kirk. Here's Diaz. Trying to rotate it down low. Nobody home. Broda. Now Diaz. Back to Diaz. He's going to try one-timer. That was a great idea. There were a couple Spartans right out in front. Good pinch in at the far point. Here's Kirk. Down low was trying to find Brockman. Code. Code had his stick lifted at the very last second. The Bulldogs can't get it out. Kirk, and they finally do. Just enough to where the Spartans have to touch up. Diaz back in. Now that comes back out. They'll have to touch up again. Here's Schmidt. Circles back, finds Diaz. And that's going to be offside as Kirk gained his own. Diaz and Code were already in the zone. Well, I tell you, Jake Code, one of the 3 stars of the week, the senior from Elmira, Ontario. He is active, fun to watch. Minute 10 left on the power play for the Spartans. Boy, Ryder, many great horses, just took a stick right to the chin. No call. Here's Santolucia. Leaves it. Ackle. Now Schmuck gains the zone. Schmuck rattles it behind the cage. Santolucia at the point. Good pinch in. Going to move it over to the far boards. That's Ackle. Spartan's starting to move it down low. Ackle again. Here's Santolucia in the slot. Back over to the near point. Santolucia. He's going to let it rip. No. Didn't have a clear shot. Another sign of a good captain. Don't force something that you can't. Here's Schmuck. Going to move in. Drops this one out front. Here's Ackle. Quick one-timer. Not able to get through. Both teams, quick line changes. Truman overskates that one. O'Donnell will slow this one up. Blake Condor. Condor with it, finds Hallard. Nice cross-ice pass. Found Sedlacek. This one bounces out of the zone. 3-on-1 developing for Adrian, looking for another shorty. They had 2 yesterday. This one didn't make it through. Amsbaugh had one of them. Amsbaugh out front, looking for Saney on a quick one-timer in the mid-slot area. Didn't work. Bowman back. Saney through neutral ice, gains the zone. And O'Donnell gives up a little bit of a rebound. Amsbaugh ready. Here's Bowman. Amsbaugh circling back. He'll take it over to the far point. Tries to drop this one down low to Bowman. Nobody home. Spartans will beat the icing. That was Davis. There's a long pass. No icing called. Schultz. Loretto, he'll take a big hit. Oh, and he goes down. And we've got a penalty on the Spartans again. Santolucia. Looked like he was going to the box. It's going to be Jake Code. Ninth power play for the Bulldogs. Code, 2 minutes for kneeing. Jay Schmidt was back. The Spartans need a big kill right here. As time is starting to wind down, 11:45 left here in the third, no score. Ninth power play. And they're going to be offsides. One of the few mistakes you'll see Summers make. That time he didn't look to his right. Notice that Swade was already in the zone. And this face-off coming outside the zone. Summers will get to it. Amsbaugh to Felski. Oh, Amsbaugh driven right into the Spartan bench by Schultz. He'll come back, get his stick. Summers back to Amsbaugh in the slot. That one slipped underneath his stick. Looked like he wanted a quick one-timer. O'Donnell will get to it. 58 seconds left on the 9th power play for the Bulldogs. Face-off win by the Bulldogs, but the Spartans trying to get it out of the zone. It's at the far point. They do. Schmidt does. Good play there by Chase. Now Hallard. Santa Lucia. 35 seconds left on the code kneeing penalty. Hackle, great touch, right at center ice. A little disruption, that's all you need. And the Spartans again. Here comes Kirk, tries to slip that one under Pearso. Ryan Piros has been really good. So has Matt O'Donnell. These keepers have been very active today, facing a total of 38 or 32 shots on goal between the two. Here's Code, freshly out of the box after the kneeing called. Sorensen, haven't heard much from him. He'll enter the zone. Here's Peters, tries to drop it down low. O'Donnell lost track of that puck. That one was sitting in no man's land. Bannister now behind the cage, waiting for the right personnel. Spartans will make a quick change. Not a full line change, just enough. Summers with it. Now the Bulldogs quickly back on the attack. Tefelsky can't get to it. Spartans, rider, many gray horses, tries to get that one out of the zone. Right now the Spartans having a hard time getting it through the neutral ice area. This one back out front, nobody home. Spartans need to be careful. More Bulldogs than Spartans. Ronayne, junior from Plymouth, Michigan. Connor. There's Tefelsky. Bulldogs starting to manipulate that defense by the Spartans. Here's Brockman. Gains his own. There's Ackle fighting for it. Schmuck drops that one out front. That one kicked aside. Now Clark and the Bulldogs. Diaz. Brockman. Brockman trying to stay with it along the far boards. He finds it at his feet. And then this one rung around the corner. Here's Diaz. Diaz will put one on Piros. This one hits a stanchion and stays in. Ackle looking for it. Piros will squeeze it with 7:48 left here in the third. Now the Bulldogs. Clark able to get a piece of it, make that Swade, excuse me. Here's Kirk. Drops that one into the corner to my right. Boy, Schmidt just took a shot to the wrist. And he's going to have to come off. That puck is pinned in the corner. Good poke check there by Truman. Alleviate that rush. Truman going to race Jacob back into the far corner. Jacob sends it back around to Bannister. Now Lovasek. Spartans with it. Hallard right at the AU sign. He'll gain his own on the near point. Hallard moves in, puts a shot on Piros, and he'll grab that one, as Ryan Piros has been doing all day, the sophomore from Howell, Michigan. .6:55 left. Hallard, big hit. That one on Reel. Here's Saney, tries a wraparound, nobody home. Reel in the slot, drops it to Bowman here at the near point. Bowman rings it around the boards. Saney circles back, trying to go short side on O'Donnell. Nice backhanded paddle shot. That one didn't work. Now the Spartans. Ryder, Many Gray Horses, drops that one in. Trying to find Truman. Spartans circle back, Santa Lucia. He'll ring it around the boards. That hits, I think that actually hit the official. It did. I was about to say hit a stanchion. Then I look at the official, and he's moving his leg. Ronayne in the corner with Diaz. Well, you can see the Bulldogs starting to pick up. Falucci, another blocker save by O'Donnell. Peters with Diaz behind the cage, now Code. Broda right over by the Ole's sign here at Fox Valley Ice Arena. Who, by the way, Chicago Steel playing their final season here before they move downtown Chicago. Code. That's going to be offsides and touched up by the Bulldogs. Here comes Amspaugh. This one's Broda able to get to it. Spartans trying to clear the zone. Loretto can't keep it in. Right over by the Cyclones hockey sign. And this one goes into the Spartan bench area. 4:58 left. Here in the third, no score. Another face-off win for the Bulldogs. They are good. Hay will track it down. He's almost tripped up. Brockman, now Hay again. Hay overwhelmed, now Schultz. Spartans look to get it out of their zone. They do. They'll drop it around right behind the cage. Piros gets a rebound off the backboards and able to get another stop at 4:37. This is what you would expect after a game like yesterday. The feeling out process is over. These two teams know who's hot and who's not, and they have locked down each other today. Even though Adrian really heavy on the shots at 67-24, it's been the penalty kill for the Spartans and some really smart play by the Spartans, but also Swade offsides. A lot of penalties for Aurora. We talked about our do's and don'ts at the beginning, and that was one of them, was stay out of the penalty box. They have not done that today. They haven't turned the puck over in the defensive zone very often. Pressure and controlling the zone, so that one is kind of out as both teams are utilizing their speed. And they'll make it through the zone, and just there's another shot by Bannister, that one wide of the near post. Spartans trying to get this one out, and they will. Here come the Spartans. Trying to find Kirk. Bulldogs back, 4 minutes left. Schmidt with a big hit on Lovasek. That's too many players on the ice right there by far. And we got another penalty, and this one will be on the Bulldogs. Here's Kirk. And that one touched up, and finally the Spartans, they'll go on their 5th power play. Jacob Swade to the box. Timeout Spartans will step aside. Their one and only timeout. 0-0 Spartans going on the power play. 3:41 left here in the third. Spartans on the power play. Their 6th one today. Loretto, he'll drop that one in. Giuliano Santalucia, the captain, will circle back with it. Gives it up to Schmuck. Brockman sends it back through. Piros thought about holding it, did not. Kirk, fight for it at the far point. That squeezes out to the neutral zone. Now Brockman will circle back. Brockman leaves it for Schmuck. Schmuck back to the point, Diaz. Ackel now in the slot. Drops it, Brockman. Near face-off circle. Piros. Nice kick save and a beauty. 2:45 left. Dare I steal that from Dan Patrick, but I will. He's no longer on the mothership. But we are here in athletics.aurora.edu. 0-0. Spartans on their 6th power play. And Adrian will dump this one down. O'Donnell. Nice stop. 2:18 left. Only 36 seconds left on the power play. High sticking call to Swade. Broda. Now Diaz at the far point. Looked like he wanted a slapper. He'll get it. That one redirected down low. Piros finds it, and he'll put a stop to it with 20 seconds on the power play. 2:01 left on the game clock here in the third. No score. 68-24 in shots in favor of Adrian. 26-11 shots on goal. Each team right now a combined 0 for 15 on the power play. Spartans on their 6th as we speak. And they have 20 seconds left. Spartans need a big face-off win right here. Hay back out at the point. They didn't get it. But I tell you, the Bulldogs are phenomenal at face-offs. That's our 43rd one today. Spartans with 23. That one might be offsides if they touch it, and it is. Team's back to full strength. Summers kind of cherry picking back at the blue line. That's going to be offsides. I'm sorry, icing. 1:35 left. Diaz tried to get that one through. Swade pinching back. He's got a trailer in the slot, and that one wide of the near post. Broda. I told you, razor edge is what it is here today. It is close. Broda. Even though Adrian with the shots, I mean, there have been good shots either way. Bulldogs out shooting the Spartans. The Spartans getting some pretty good opportunities. 60 seconds left. Here's Diaz wide open. Piros gives up a rebound. Diaz back at the point. He'll try it again. That one hit Lovasek high. 42 seconds left. Tefelsky. Schmidt finishing off his check. Now Lovasek. Adrian onside, but Hay ready to go at the point. Battle along the near boards. This one squeaks out. Spartans, 15 seconds. Amsbaugh, and that's going to be an icing. And a big face-off coming for the Spartans with 8 seconds left. But Brockman needs a clean draw right here, and the Spartans going to need a quick shot. Bulldogs get it, and they'll pin it along the boards. And folks, what would you expect? We're going to overtime here today. Final shot that time. That one was good deflection there by Piros. And we're going to overtime. Got a 3-minute break. 3-on-3 overtime. Clock will start at 3-minute break. And then it will be 3-on-3 hockey on the other side of this 3 minutes. Keep it right here. Overtime coming up next. back at it, 3-on-3. Here we go, sudden death. Five minutes. 3-on-3. Each team getting a valuable point. Here's Swade. Circles back. Has Clark with him. Now Swade in the slot. That one sneaks out. 3-on-3. You got to be careful with that. They did not clean the ice, so the ice still has a chippiness. Now Clark. That's going to be icing. Face off. Let's see which side are they going to choose. To the right, Apiros. Schmidt, Sedlacek, Diaz out there. Diaz gets it. Clean win. And the Spartans. Turnover is so dangerous. Here Sedlacek moves in. Schmidt with it. I mean, so many chances for breakaways. Schmidt can't handle it. That one kept in. Schmidt tries to go backhand, top shelf on Piros, and Piros will squeeze it. Amsbaugh, Summers, and Loretto now out. See if they're going to get some fresh legs out there for the Spartans. It's going to be Schmuck, Ackle, Amsbaugh, and the Bulldogs. And Diaz will be out there for Aurora. Amsbaugh looking for a pass. Now he's going to wait. But this is the one, if you have any nails left, good luck. Loretto, he'll gain the zone. Drops it to Amsbaugh. 3:35 left here in the first overtime. Amsbaugh, he'll circle all the way back. I mean, all the way back, 200 feet. Trying to find a breakdown in the Spartan defense. And the Spartans are right there. Here's Amsbaugh. Now the Bulldogs look to push. Diaz trying to track down Loretto now with it. Diaz tripped up by Piros. No call. Here's Summers for the Bulldogs. Summers right in the slot. Goes to the left. O'Donnell with a glove save. 2:54 left here in OT. Amsbaugh wins the draw. Back to Bannister. Bannister, he's going to circle in. Tries to go short side O'Donnell. O'Donnell welded to that post. 2:48 left. Condor circles back. Nice spin move in the far corner. Condor breaking some ankles. Condor gains the zone. Drops it off. Here's Kirk. Oh, Piros with a game-saving kick save. Drops it down low again. Kirk, oh, had his stick lifted. That's going to be a penalty. .2:19 left, and the Spartans will go on the power play. It's going to be 3-on-2. And here we go. Tripping is the call. Oh boy, it's a big opportunity. And let's see, does Adrian call the timeout? I think they do. They got to draw up a play here. We'll step aside. 2:19 left here in overtime. Spartans on a 3-on-2 power play when we come back. Make it a 4-on-3, excuse me. Condor now with it. Spartans. Condor moves in. Here's Ackle. Ackle. Condor back to Ackle. Here's a 1 to score! And the Spartans win in overtime. Nighty-night Bulldogs. And the Spartans prevail and sweep the number 2 team in the country. Back-to-back days, this time in overtime, 1-0. 6-4 yesterday, 1-0 today. Hallelujah. Go Spartans. How about that? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Spartans. And Aurora stays perfect at 6-0, 4-0 in the NCHA. And Adrian will drop to 4-2 overall, 2-2 in conference play as they will handshake. What a shot. And the Spartans remain perfect. Jaden Davis with the overtime sniper, and the Spartans win 1-0 in overtime, and they remain perfect. Wow, what a weekend, folks. Thank you for joining us here today, and you can see the mutual respect between the teams and the coaches. How about that? Woo! Enjoy the rest of your weekend, folks. What a conclusion to today's game. These two will see each other for a home and home. Coming up, let's see, when is that? The next time they will see each other. Well, we know the Spartans will be back next weekend as they welcome in St. Norbert, the number 4 team in the country. And then they're at Lawrence, back-to-back. And they'll see Adrian on January 2nd and the 4th, Friday and Saturday night. At Adrian on the 2nd and home on the 4th. And the Spartans win. Wow, time to catch your breath. Thank you for joining us here tonight on athletics.aurora.edu. Spartans win 1-0 in overtime. Man, it's great to be a Spartan. Good night, everybody. Go Spartans.